Hello. So we have just gotten everything we need to get out of here. Of this room that honestly should have been really easy. But due to the way that they just presented some things made it difficult. But we're moving on. Time to go see what is happening. I'm gonna open it, okay? You ready? She's gonna get mad because I'm asking her. Yes, of course I am. Get on with it. Right. Here we go then. 3, 2, go. Found it.
Wait. I just realized something.
What's that?
When we were looking at the security footage earlier, we were just looking for live feeds. We were trying to figure out where the others are, what they were up to, if they were alive, and so on. But we totally forgot that security systems like this can do more than show you live footage.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We could look at what has happened. If they're, like,
are you
recording
following
tapes. Yeah. You're talking about stuff that's been recorded, right? Footage of the past. They store that. We might be able to see it.
Yeah. I don't know how much luck we'll have, but it's worth a shot.
Definitely. What do we do?
Leave that to me.
You know how to use this thing?
Well, it was designed so that a human could operate it. That means there's a logic to how it's set up. A computer computes, a calculator calculates, and an automobile mobiles.
What the hell does that even mean?
Everything's designed to do something, and once you know what, you can start guessing how. Once you start to figure out how to get it to do things, it's just a question of playing with it until it does the things you want it to. See?
Monitoring video data. Looks like this is it. Good work.
Knock it off.
What is your problem?
Makes it sound like you're better than me or something.
You have said that literally every single time I've done anything, so shut up. No data, yeah, not really surprising. Wait, what the heck is this? Everything says no data.
Let's check the log. Damn it. This isn't good. Looks like all the video data was removed before we got here.
By Zero?
That would be my guess. All it says here is administrator.
I mean, literally, they're in the whole system for this place, right? So it would be easy for them to just instantly delete everything. Damn. Well, that's a little frustrating. That footage could have told us a lot.
Yeah. It might have given us what we need to figure out who the killer is, too.
Right, I also thought a little bit more about the idea that it's like pinning Luna as being the killer. She very well may be, but it just doesn't seem like she would be. 'Cause like, I mean, when we found the body of the old woman, she offered to do like an autopsy when she did not have to do that at all. We didn't know that she had a medical background or anything. She could have just stayed quiet about it, and that would have been better for her. It would make zero sense for her to kill someone and then be like, hey, I'll perform an autopsy and we can help figure out who did this. Like, especially when we don't know anything about her. to know that she was even capable of doing that. Yeah, I don't know.
The camera in room 2 in the crew quarters would have recorded what happened to Alice and Luna. Same for the old woman in the warehouse. And if there was a recording of us being carried into the AB rooms, we could have even figured out who Zero Senior is.
Hey, what's this?
Wanna open it?
Yeah.
It says Golem's status.
That should be the system logs of those robots. I told you about them in the pantry, remember? Oh yeah, she wasn't there.
Yeah. You mean the room full of robots on the other side of the green door?
Yeah. I didn't read that for whatever reason.
Here we go.
Shoot. Yeah, I don't. Everything's been erased too.
Looks like it.
Guess there isn't anything we can... Wait a second.
What is it?
There's a scroll bar. Yeah. Try scrolling. Wow, it's the one golem we talked to. I knew it! That golem we met is still functional. I thought he was like...
What do you mean? I thought you told me Golem, or whatever his name was, started spitting smoke and keeled over.
Yeah. But he said that what passes for a golem's brain, I guess, was in the main computer. Oh yeah, true. So just his body went kaput. Only his body was disabled. His brain is probably still functioning. Can we see his logs?
Already on it. Here you are.
Then, try the one that says cache. These file names all just seem like random characters. Whatever. Just pick one and open it, I guess.
Sure. This is...
Yeah, that's what I thought. This is probably from right after K Dexus. Okay, I was trying to figure out what's going on here. Wait. Where's Dio? He was there. Was he already in a room at that point? We'll be tossed into that white door on the left in a minute. Just watch. See?
Interesting. This is the footage the Golem pulled from the main server. The original data was deleted, but it looks like the stuff he pulled is still here.
Why is his cached data file the security footage? That seems a little weird. Also, is there something written up in the corner? Exactly.
So, if we go back through these files...
Yeah. We might be able to figure out who the killer is. Maybe even who Zero Senior is.
Nice. Great work, Sigma.
See? Why are you doing that? You told me not to do that. Stop. Come on, I told you I don't need you kissing my ass. Besides, it's not like I really did anything. We started going through the rest of the files. The security footage showed Kay and Dio clearly passing through the white door on the far right. Okay.
Good.
I don't know why it didn't show Dio in that one
Looks
picture.
like they're both fine.
That just leaves Tenmyouji, Clover, and Quark. I opened my mouth to continue, and then it happened. My vision suddenly blurred, and shaking my head did nothing to clear it. This is flipping me out. She looks really funny. Oh my god. I staggered. My balance gone.
What's going on?
What? Why is she talking like that? She Oh my god. She sounds like someone's playing a tape of her voice all sped up. What is going on here? I can't understand what she's saying. Eyes look kind of blank. Okay. Why is she moving so fast? It's like watching a video on fast forward. What the hell is... Wait. Could it be me? One of the other theories that I had when I was talking about the robots, and I was like, somebody's a robot, multiple people are robots, we're all robots, is that we're the robot. But I don't know if that's what this is implying. Maybe my brain is slowing down somehow? So it just looks like everything is speeding up? Okay, I did not hear that. Hey Sigma, what the heck is up with you? You look like there's wait, hey look, there's a sofa over there. Why don't you lie down for a bit? I still couldn't make out what she was saying, so I just nodded weakly. My eyes drifted shut as I tried to sort out what was happening to me. Maybe we killed the lady. Wait, could we have killed the lady? I don't think we could have killed the lady. Could we have killed the lady? I can't remember when it happened. It happened before things went down. I woke up I woke up. When I opened my eyes, the first thing I saw was the ceiling of the security office. I sat up slowly, rubbing tenderly at my head. Fi, who had been sitting in front of one of the monitors, stood up and walked over as soon as she heard me move.
You okay?
Her voice sounded normal again. And she wasn't moving strangely either. Whatever had been happening seemed to have stopped. I let out a quiet sigh of relief. Yeah, I'm fine. Also, if we are a robot, our name is pretty, like, suitable to a robot name. I'm so far into the theory that somebody is a robot. Somebody here is a robot. They have to be. Don't worry about it.
You sure?
Yeah.
That's good. You really looked like you'd lost it for a minute there.
Well, I seem to have found it again. This is the security office. Maybe they got lost and found it.
Your sanity's pretty easy to miss. I'm surprised anyone found it, let alone turned it in.
Heh.
Well, looks like I don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah. I think I must just be getting tired. Kinda surprised it didn't catch up to me sooner.
I hope that's all it is. You haven't caught a disease or something, have you?
What, like that one disease they were talking about? For just a moment, I thought of Radical 6. But I didn't want to worry Fi if I didn't have to. Oh, she wouldn't know about that, right? We found that in the... Was it in the Golem Bay that we found that? Better just stay quiet about it.
Well, you're looking a lot better, so I can stop worrying, right?
What are you, my mom?
Fine. No more check-ins. Anyway, I figured something out while you were resting. Come have a look at this.
What is it? Oh, the screw quarter.
Footage from room 2 in the crew quarters. The room where we found Alice and Luna. I dug it out of Golem's cache.
Oh, when was this recorded?
See you in a minute.
Up there on the right, that looks like some sort of time code. Okay, so that is a thing. I wasn't just like imagining things up there.
Can you figure it out?
42, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5. Some 6 or an 8, 9 maybe. No. It's just a bunch of numbers. I can't make heads or tails of it.
Yeah. The central server seems to be using its own time system. Files appear to be named based on that system. They might as well be random to you and me, which made it pretty hard to find this gem.
Uh-huh. Oh, it's K.
Yeah.
He looks at his bracelet here. Probably checking how much time is left.
I'll just pause that and magnify it.
"21 minutes. He was a yellow pair." Was he... When was he a yellow pair? Was he a yellow pair? So that means this footage is from 21 minutes before the primary door is open, right? I can barely remember what colors we've been,
Exactly.
let alone others. And that would have been the white doors in this case. Okay, yeah. I was thinking of like the first 2 times. I think the first time he was green, maybe? And then the other time he wouldn't have been yellow. Because I think she was yellow, actually.
Yes.
Okay. So this would have been around when Luna was
After Kay leaves
killed,
this room,
right?
it's about 2 minutes before he comes back with you and me.
Okay. There were 20 minutes on the clock when we met up with him, right? So that means what we're seeing here is Kay 1 minute before he saw us. That means this is right after he tried to resurrect Luna. Is she even in here?
Yeah, if you believe him. The footage here doesn't show any of that.
Are there any other angles?
I looked around, but I couldn't find one. The only stuff left is shot from this position. Even so, I think we've gotten our hands on something important.
You mean that this is a record of what happened right around the time of Luna's death, right?
Exactly. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep going. I'll move back to the start of this file so we can see it in chronological order.
Okay. I thought she was just gonna continue playing from that point. I was like, that won't show us
Let's
anything.
say this is 0 hours, 0 minutes. After all, it's not like we know what time it actually is.
Right.
So, this is the start of our footage.
There's no one here.
About a minute goes by before anyone shows up.
Wait. How do you know it's been a minute?
This.
Oh, that's the hourglass we used earlier.
Yeah. If I play it back at normal speed, I can measure time using this hourglass. Then I just add the time from the hourglass, and that's how far in we are.
You're using the one with just 4 seconds? Are you flipping it over and over again? We have one that's 11 seconds. Uh-huh. Oh. Someone's coming in. Luna. Is that Clover behind her? So wait, this is, whenever Luna was killed, right? It's not surprising to see Clover
Yeah.
there.
This is 0 hours, 1 minute. Right now you and I are talking to Dio in the Floor B warehouse.
Okay.
With the time frame we've established, calculating what we're doing is pretty easy.
What's going on? Are they fighting? No, it's not really a fight. It looks like Clover is just going off on Luna. Luna's just staying silent and listening to her.
Yeah.
Can we hear them? Is there an audio track?
Want to listen to it?
Well, yeah. Oh. Okay. What the hell is this?
Don't know. The audio data must have been transcoded into something else.
Well, we won't be able to understand anything in that.
Seen enough? I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
Huh?
Clover's interrogation goes on for a while, but it's all pretty much the same thing. Now, at 0 hours 10 minutes, things suddenly change. Here.
Hey, they're gone. As I watched, Clover moved steadily closer to Luna, who backed away almost as if she were frightened. Clover continued her advance until she disappeared below the bottom edge of the screen. Is there another... no, you said this was it.
Yeah. This is the only one that I found. Shouldn't be too hard to guess what happened after you've seen the next part, though.
Clover left. She looked like she was kind of panicking.
Yeah. This is about 1 minute and 40 seconds after they both left the frame. So 0 hours 11 minutes 40 seconds.
Only Clover left. Luna's still in the room. That means...
Hold on. Wait until you've seen the whole thing before you start deducing. At 0 hours 12 minutes, another person comes in, just missing her.
Dio. Oh, I was like, weren't we talking to him? No. We would have left by now. He's disappeared too. Down below the bottom of the frame. What's he up to?
I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that whatever it was, he doesn't want us to know about it.
Why?
Remember what he said when you asked him about Quark?
How the fuck would I know? I've been here.
You're saying he was lying? He wasn't in the Floor B warehouse the whole time? He went to the crew quarters after we left it.
Yeah. So what would have been important enough for him to lie about it?
He saw a body?
We should consider that it might have been something bad.
And whatever it was, it happened during this time. Thing is, if they're insinuating that Clover just left and Luna was still alive, and then Dio came in and killed her, that seems a little weird. I don't think Luna would just like stay in the room as Clover just leaves panicking if she was still alive. And I don't think there was any other signs of like trauma, although I guess we didn't check, but
yeah, I think so.
all right, now he's left. Did he take anything? And it looks like he left in a hurry. Did he bring anything with him? Did he?
Maybe he heard a noise.
A noise. Like what?
The cyan door opening. Now, 10 seconds after Dio leaves, a fourth person shows up.
Is it Kay
That
this
brings
time?
us to 0 hours, 13 minutes, 10 seconds.
Which is what in like our time view. This is difficult to... It's Kay. Yeah. Ah. When he heard Kay open the cyan door, he panicked. Whatever he was up to, he didn't want Kay to catch him at it.
And then Kay disappears too.
Okay. Yeah, below the bottom of the frame, just like the others.
If Kay was telling the truth, this is where he begins to try and resuscitate Luna. Anyway, nothing happens for the next 16 minutes.
Okay.
It's just this. So I'll fast forward, all right?
Sure.
All right. Should be around here. One sec. Okay. You should see something you recognize in a minute here.
Mm-hmm. There's Kay coming in from the bottom frame. He's checking the time on his bracelet. So we've come full circle,
Yeah.
huh?
We're back to 21 minutes before the primary doors open. For our arbitrary time code, that's 0 hours and 29 minutes. 1 minute later, at 0 hours 30 minutes, Kay heads to the Floor A warehouse.
Once he gets there, he tells us about Luna's death.
That's all the footage I wanted to show you. I've looked at it carefully.
There's nothing else for any other, like, rooms or
And
anything?
I think it has something to tell us.
You mean who killed Luna, right?
Well, I can't say for sure. This footage makes for pretty shaky evidence. But it does suggest a very likely culprit. Who do you think it is?
I thought I was gonna put up choices. I was like, I don't. Please don't. I ran over the footage in my head. 0 hours 1 minute. Clover and Luna entered the room. For 9 minutes, Clover aggressively questions Luna. 0 hours 10 minutes. They both move out of frame. 0 hours 11 minutes 40 seconds. Clover exits the room. 0 hours 12 minutes. Dio enters the room. Dio also immediately exits the frame. It seems that Dio was up to no good during this period. 0 hours 13 minutes. Dio exits the room. 0 hours 13 minutes 10 seconds. Kay enters the room. Kay also disappears from the camera's field of view. At this point, there are 16 minutes where nothing happens. That 16 minutes is a little weird to me. Because he said he was trying to resuscitate her. Right? You don't take 16 minutes to try and resuscitate someone. Because you only have like a small time frame in order to help someone before like they're not coming back. He also said he like looked around, didn't he? To see if he could find evidence of who might have done it, I think. Zero hours, 19 minutes, Kay enters the frame. He looks at his bracelet. It says 21 minutes, the remaining time, the primary door is open. There seems to be only one conclusion. Is it gonna have me do it? Because there isn't any one conclusion. There isn't any one conclusion. You can conclude different things from that. I don't think it would make sense for it to be Kay. Because why would he have been there for that long? And why wouldn't Dio... Like... Am I missing something? I don't think it very clearly shows who it is. It shows different possibilities for who it could be. To me, Clover is still the most suspicious because she's the one who was like, I'm gonna get revenge for what they did to you. I'm gonna find out who did this. And also, I know that Clover's capable of killing people, even if she didn't in the canon timeline. Dio, I don't know. I don't know what he was doing. He was in there for what, 1 minute? And he, like, scampered off. Because, like, I just don't see Clover leaving the room and Luna just staying there. Like, I don't know what could have been said, especially if Clover looked like she was panicking. Like, that's weird to me, unless Luna said something that made her panic. But then why was Luna just sitting in there then? You know, I don't know. I don't think it's Kay. He was in there for a very long time, though. And he was off frame for most of the time. Which is weird. If he was looking around, he would have come into frame, right? Dude, what? Am I missing something? It just... Clover seems like the obvious choice. But that's what makes me question if it is actually Clover. Because the game is making it, like... It showed her, like, whispering to her... Not even really whispering to herself, but, like, talking to herself about how she's gonna get revenge for Alice. And then she was in the room arguing with her, which I wasn't surprised by at all. But the conversation went on for quite a long time. Would Clover talk to her for that long before killing her? Also trying to think, the murder weapon too might be important. Using the, like, syringe, because we talked about how, you know, using a knife is it's very much more, you're more involved if you're using something like a knife, whereas a syringe, you kind of detach yourself from what's happening. It's a lot easier because it's not as, like, violent. And it did try to, like, weirdly, I don't know why it did this. It did try to be like, isn't it weird that Dio knows that it was a knife that stabbed Alice? When that's, like, logically the first thing that you would think of. It's the first thing that I thought of. I saw a handle sticking out of her chest and I was like, she was stabbed with a knife. I don't think it's weird to think that. Know what? I'm just gonna throw everything out of the window. I haven't liked Clover in this. I'm gonna say it's Clover. I'm gonna say it's Clover because she's been annoying me. Because I can't figure out who it is out of these three. Like, solidly. There's nothing solidly telling me who it is. Nothing that I can see anyway. Maybe there is and I'm just completely missing it. But I'm just gonna choose Clover. Talked about it enough. Clover.
What makes you think so?
'Cause I don't like her. No, that's so mean. She's just been annoying for the most part.
Luna could still have been alive after Clover left the room.
Sure, but it was very weird how Clover left the room all panicked, right?
Dio and Kay both went into the room after Clover. Either of them could have killed Luna too.
Uh-huh. Yes, thank you, Sigma. That footage alone isn't enough to tell us who the killer is. But if we take one other thing into account, then the case against Clover gets a lot stronger. Is it gonna flash back to her being like, I'm gonna get revenge?
What is that element?
Dio's behavior at the White Doors. What did he do? Kay wanted us to enter the white doors. I told him I wouldn't leave 3 people to die. Do you remember what Dio said?
Use your fucking head for once. You're gonna get us killed.
Huh? He obviously knew that only you and I would be going through the door. Oh, did we not even tell him? That she was dead? That doesn't necessarily... Okay, if that's the case, I didn't even notice that, for starters. But if that's the case, that does put that shifts blame away from Kay, is what that does. That's the only thing that does. It does put more blame towards Clover, I think, than Dio, but it doesn't take blame away from Dio, doesn't it?
Yeah. He knew we had Luna's bracelet. Which means he also knew Luna was dead.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah. But if that's my evidence, that's not that's not the strongest. That's not the strongest. If he didn't know she was dead, he would never have said that. Yes. The moment Kay suggested we go through the doors, he would have brought it up. That's impossible. How are they supposed to get through without Luna? Mm-hmm. He didn't even mention her. Like, he didn't expect her to be there. Why would he do that? I can only think of 2 reasons. One, that when Dio entered the room, Luna was already dead. Or 2, he killed Luna himself. The second one doesn't seem likely, though. Tell me why, Sigma. Tell me why my choice is correct. Please. Although, would he have been doing this for all of them? Or if we'd chosen other ones, would Phi just be like,
no, you're obviously wrong.
If Dio had killed Luna, he probably would have made a point to hide that. Oh, yeah, that is true. That is very true. I don't know him that well, but he seems like the type to play up things if he's trying to hide something, right? That just seems like the natural thing you would want to do. Where's Luna? Sigma and Phi won't be able to get through the white doors without her. Yeah, that's what I just said. He seems like the kind of guy who'd go out of his way to feign ignorance of a crime he committed. In this case, though, he had nothing. That doesn't clear him, of course. But it does make it a lot less likely that he was the killer. If he wasn't the killer, then we're left with only one other option.
When Dio entered the room, Luna was already dead.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
Interesting. That's pretty much what I thought, too.
Okay. Now I want to know what would happen if I chose the different things. Are those going to lead me to different paths? Will I get to come back here?
And it does seem like Clover had a motive.
You mean what Alice noticed? Yeah.
Yes.
Clover had the biggest motive out of everybody.
The movement of the AB rooms convinced Alice that Luna had killed the old woman. Once Clover realized that, she probably started to think that Luna had killed Alice to keep her from telling anyone else the truth. She probably led Luna to the crew quarters to confront her. Maybe she hoped seeing Alice's corpse would cause Luna to confess. Maybe she knew something we don't. But Clover didn't get what she wanted. Luna didn't confess. Then, during her interrogation, something happened. It's hard to say what. Luna might have said something that set Clover off. Or maybe she admitted to a crime she didn't commit just to get Clover to stop. Whatever it was, something happened that drove Clover to murder.
When did Clover get the injection gun?
I would guess after she went through the yellow door, she would have been exploring the infirmary with Alice and Kay.
Mm-hmm, true.
That seems the most likely place to find it. Anyway, this is all just a theory, right? We don't have any proof, so keep it quiet, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Oh, there was one last thing. Was there any other footage that showed anything?
No. Nothing to tell us where Clover, Tenmyouji, and Quark went. And nothing about the old woman or Alice's murders either.
So, Zero Senior's identity.
Still unknown.
Okay. Well, let's go find Clover. I guess we're not gonna know the truth unless we get it straight from the horse's mouth.
I wonder if Clover's even alive.
Hmm. Yeah, it seems weird she wasn't there. Especially, it mentioned a penalty if you don't go through the doors, but it never said what that was. She is. She has to be.
I sure hope so.
Okay. Oh, that was a lot of heavy stuff, like, right off the bat. I didn't expect to be trying to solve a murder. Okay, we're going to the warehouse? Oh, I guess that is where we go. That is what we do. We have to still vote and stuff. I was like, why are we going to the warehouse? Did we agree to meet there? Yes. Every time. No one's here.
Yeah. Alright, let's start looking. We'll go through the crew quarters and work our way toward the elevator.
How much time do we have before, wait, do we even wait to vote? Do we have, like, infinite time until voting starts? No, it usually tells us, right? There's usually a countdown. It's like 45 minutes until voting. The polls close or whatever. Yeah.
You search rooms 1 and 2. I'll take 3 and 4.
Alright, I'll take the body room. Got it. Is the okay, I was like, is the bodies gone? Is the bodies. Are the bodies. Alice. Luna. I love her little bird cage necklace. The most horrible thing about death is how it turns a person into a thing. It's a thing that looks like your friend, but it's not them anymore. Just this strange cold shell, and every time you look at it, you feel a little of that coldness creeping in around the edges of your soul. Seeing death puts a heavy ball of lead in your stomach that just sits there, poisoning you. I turned and left the room. One of the things that I noticed about playing these games that's a bit different than playing other games where characters die is that, and I hope people don't think I'm like cold-hearted for this, but whenever people die, I don't really feel anything. And that's mostly because after playing the first game, like when people died in the first game, I think I remember feeling like bad and sad about it, especially when I thought like Snake was dead or whatever. I was upset by that. But I know from playing that game that I would assume that this game is going to go the same route where like the canon good end route, everybody lives. So when people die, I'm just like, oh, well, they won't be dead whenever I do the actual playthrough and the actual ending. So it's weird seeing like these characters die and like not really feeling anything about it. It's kind of sad, actually. I don't really like that. And it's also weird because if there is a canon ending where like a character dies or characters die, I'm probably not gonna feel anything when that character dies unless I know ahead of time that it's like the actual ending and that this character is permanently dead. I thought that was interesting just about the way that this game presents itself and plays out. Yeah.
No good. There's no one in 3 or 4. What about yours?
Same. Nobody in them. Except Alice and Luna. The lead ball pressed against the inside of my abdomen. I leaned back against the wall to let out a long, weary sigh.
What's wrong?
Jesus, why are you so close suddenly? That scared me.
You need to get it together.
Okay, back up.
What are we doing right now?
Looking for the
Right.
others. Why are you so close?
I know how you feel, but sitting around being miserable isn't gonna help anybody. Let's go.
Yeah, you're right. Fi turned and headed for the door at the far end. I heaved myself up off the wall and followed. Also, I like how Fi was like, being sad or whatever isn't gonna help anyone, yet she wanted to not go through the door. The white door. Unless she knows that we won't die if we don't go through the white door. Okay. The first thing I felt was that strange cold sweat of terror. Why are they handcuffed together? What happened here? My stomach clenched in protest, pushing a wave of bile and nausea up into my throat. I don't know, I'm still suspicious of the child. Where'd he go? The lead ball turned to ice and my legs began to tremble under its weight before they finally gave way and collapsed. They were dead. I could feel it the moment I looked at them, but I didn't want to believe it. They couldn't be dead. Perhaps they were just sleeping. Does this mean that the other two are dead, Kay and Dio? Because they weren't in the The warehouse. I don't know why it took me so long to remember the name of it. They weren't in the warehouse, so either they are both dead and the child is running around killing people, or one of them is dead and the other is running around killing people. Why is one of Clover's fingers, why is it red? Did she write something somewhere? Perhaps they were just sleeping. The cool, limp feel of their skin under my shaking fingers dashed any hope I'd had left. I wrapped a trembling hand around the end of the bed and hauled myself up onto it. Even when I closed my eyes, I could still see them. My heart hammered away at my ribs, and my chest felt so tight I could barely breathe. Also, this is a heavy moment, but all these people who've died, they're not robots. They're not robots, right? Alice isn't a robot for sure, because there was blood. Tenmyouji, blood. Clover, blood. Luna, there wasn't blood, but I would assume she's human. Just going off my robot theory. Just I forced myself to take long, deep breaths. Finally, I opened my eyes.
They were in a blind spot.
They were in a blind spot. What?
The security camera.
Oh. Interesting. The person running around killing people either has gotten very lucky or knows about the blind spots of the cameras and is specifically killing people outside of the range of the camera.
Remember how we didn't see anything in the real-time feed in the security room?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess the partition was in the way. So they could have been getting killed or been killed as we were watching the live feed of this room. They're handcuffed together.
Yeah. Whoever did this really didn't want them going anywhere. The chain's been looped around the pipe below the sink.
They would have been trapped here when the doors closed. Oh, yeah. This would have been why they weren't at the doors. So this happened before. I'm just trying to think. If this happened before, does that make any one person more suspicious? Why?
Look. See the red marks on their wrists?
And on Clover's finger. Find where she wrote something.
They were trying to get the handcuffs off.
Oh, they were alive then? What happened? So someone handcuffed them here, and then either the same person or a different person came in and killed them? I don't see, somebody wouldn't have had to have killed them. If they just didn't go through the door and the penalty was dying, then they just died because they couldn't go through the door. Also, who had handcuffs on them? So you're saying it wasn't one of them that did this?
Probably not.
Oh, oof. On purpose or trying to grab a weapon from someone? It looks like it's probably from a knife or something similar. It must have been deep.
And the blood on his clothes probably came from that wound.
Uh-huh.
Don't see any others, at least. If this was the only one, it doesn't look fatal. I don't think he died from this cut.
Oh. But I would think that it would turn to like 0. When the primary doors closed, they couldn't get to them. The needles in their bracelets activated and... Okay, so the penalty is you die.
Yeah. You can see the marks on their wrists from where they were injected.
Okay, I was wondering what those were, but yes, that makes a lot of
The
sense.
tuberculin must have killed them.
Do you think that's why they were handcuffed to the sink?
They wouldn't have been able to get through the white doors without Quark.
Uh-huh.
If someone wanted to use the penalty to kill them, they didn't need to tie them up.
And the bracelets are here. And obviously Quark didn't go through the door. So I don't know if it would make sense for Quark to have done this, right? Yeah, you've got a point, unless Quark is Zero.
I take
What's
back
wrong?
what I just said.
A mirror?
Yeah.
Are you gonna say that you could see security footage through the mirror? No. Cyan bracelet. She picked this up off the floor. I didn't read that. This was Quark's. Huh?
Correct. It has 9 BP, too. There's no mistake.
It came off, so he's dead. What is Quark's bracelet doing here? Wait, no, hold on. If Quark's bracelet is here, then that means...
Your heart stops, your bracelet comes off.
When would Quark have died? No. No. This can't be happening. Not Quark.
Hey, Sigma. Calm down. Just because his bracelet's off doesn't mean Quark's dead.
But...
In fact, this could be good news. A ray of hope.
A ray of hope?
Yeah. If Quark still had his bracelet on, then he would have ended up like Tenmyouji and Clover.
Okay, but it said that the bracelet couldn't come off no matter what.
But he's not wearing it.
Uh-huh.
That means he might have managed to avoid getting injected with tuberculin.
But how did he get it off? You can't just throw out something like that without any theory as to how he would have done it. When we've been given information that says that it's impossible to get these off. You mean the bracelet came off before the doors closed? How? That's impossible. Zero Jr. told us that they only come off when your heart stops, or when you escape. Unless he escaped and managed to get back in.
Maybe he got out then.
Okay. Right, he's got 9 BP. Wait, so you're saying he escaped and then came back and left his bracelet here? No, that's impossible too. Zero Jr. said the number 9 door only opens once. Even if he was able to get outside, he couldn't come back in.
Why do you have to be so pessimistic?
What the? Can you, like, be a normal person?
Have you actually seen Quark dead? Huh?
No, but I see a bracelet. What?
You need to think positive, Sigma.
This character bothers me so much. Do people like her? Do people like her? I feel like she's a character that people would like and I just hate. She's acting like two different people. She says things and then she says the opposite. And she acts a certain way and she talks the opposite way. And like, I don't like it at all.
Reality is what we believe it to be.
Uh-huh. Heh. Really? So you're saying this is what we wanted to happen?
That's enough! Quark is definitely alive.
Okay, I'll believe you because you clearly know things that you're not saying because you're a jerk.
He has to be. He has to be. I refuse to believe he isn't. I can't let an innocent kid like that get killed.
If you believe he's innocent. I wanted to ask if she meant Clover and Tenmyouji weren't innocent and had deserved to die, but swallowed my words. Fighting wasn't going to help us. All I could do was hope that Phi was right. Perhaps Quark was still alive. What are you doing?
Examining their bodies. Tenmyouji first.
No, look at Clover's finger.
Clues.
What kind of clues?
To who might have killed them. Finding Quark's bracelet tells us something. If the killer saw it, that would make for an obvious motive.
What? With Quark's bracelet, Clover and Tenmyouji would have been able to go through the white doors. The killer handcuffed them to the sink to prevent that.
Right. That's my guess, at least. That's odd.
What's wrong?
I can't find anything.
Huh?
I should have found something.
Found what?
You remember when we ran into Tenmyouji in the rec room?
Yes.
He sprayed our wrists with luminol.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I saw him pull the spray bottle out of his pocket.
And now you can't find it?
Right.
How do you keep a whole bottle in his pocket? Is that like a regular size spritz bottle? Because if it is, he has some big pockets. Do you think the killer took it?
I don't know.
I bet we need it to spritz and then see stuff written, maybe. I don't know.
I'm gonna take a look at Clover, too. Give me a minute.
Her finger. Phi knelt down next to Clover as she spoke and began to gingerly examine her corpse. Then after a moment, I saw her hand stop.
Look. See her thigh? Doesn't
No.
it look like there's something written there?
Yeah, it does. I literally can't see her thigh, but I do see the finger that she wrote it with.
Sorry, I'll have to move your leg a little bit.
It's written in blood. It must be Tenmyouji's? Oh, yeah.
It says 016.
Does it? I keep looking at those and I'm like, if she was trying to write a name, like that would be the only thing I could think would that you would write is a name of who did it to help the others. The only name that would be Dio, right? If that's a name. I don't know how you would mess that up. Trying to write that though. What does that mean?
Hang on. I feel like I've seen that somewhere. 016. 016.
It's just a weird looking 6, isn't it?
I know I've seen it somewhere. It's no use. Can't remember.
Don't get my hopes up like that.
Anyway, these numbers have to have something to do with the killer.
Yeah. I'll write it down. I'll write it down exactly as it looks. 01B. 0. It looks like a B.
She must have written them after she got hit with a soparil.
Why?
There would have been a few minutes before she went all the way under when she could have done something.
Why would it have to be after the Soparil, though? If it was, it fits in with my theory of her, like, just messing up writing frickin' Dio's name. But there's nothing that indicates it would be after that.
I think she probably used those last minutes to tell the rest of us who'd killed her.
I think it would make more sense that she would write that earlier. 016, huh? Maybe, but the only people who could have done that are Kay and Dio, right? Assuming it wasn't one of us, I mean.
No. There's also Quark.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm not saying he did it, just...
It'd be pretty stupid for it to be Quark. If you're going with your he's alive theory and he's not Zero. Somehow. He left. He got his bracelet off. He came back in with his bracelet. Just to kill them? I mean, I don't know. Damn it. This is all hopeless. I can't keep up anymore. Everything here is a goddamn mystery. Like, what about that old woman we found? Who killed her? The movement of the AB room makes Luna seem the most suspicious. But when would she have done it? And we don't have a good explanation for why she would have wrapped the knife up in a handkerchief. And of course now Luna's dead too. So who could have killed her? The footage from the security camera paired with Dio's behavior makes Clover seem like the most likely suspect. But now we'll never know for sure. Alice's killer is a complete mystery. We don't know what the hell 016 is supposed to mean. We don't have any idea where Quark's gone. What the hell does any of this mean? Who killed everyone? Was it Zero? Zero Senior? And who is Zero Senior? What the hell does he want? Why does this game even exist? And why did they kidnap us and bring us here? While we're at it, where is this? When is this? Mysteries. 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 I feel like my head's about to explode. Please, Fi. Give me something, anything. A clue, a hint. Come on, you gotta have something.
The luminol.
Huh?
I think there's a very good chance someone took the spray bottle out of Tenmyouji's pocket.
Yeah. Okay, but how's that important?
Well, let me ask you this.
Why would they want it?
Why do you think they took it?
So they could test for blood?
What would they need to do in order to do that?
Spray? They just needed the spray bottle and whatever they wanted to test.
That's it?
What? No, wait, you're right. What? Luminol reacts with organic compounds and glows. But the glow is really faint. So, you'd need darkness?
So?
So you need to make it dark. You have to turn off the lights in order to see if anything's glowing.
And that would mean?
Are you trying to say that they went somewhere specific? The only room that we've been in where it got dark is the security room, and the rec room is where we met with Tenmyouji, right? And he turned off the light. That would mean the rec room. Okay. Fi and I raced for the door. We weren't sure what we'd find, but we knew where we were going. I had a feeling deep in my gut that whatever we found would be the breakthrough I've been looking for. So, we probably won't find it. Are we even gonna get there? I feel like this would be the point where the game just kills us before we get the information we need.